Hi, my name is Miguel Ángel Irra from Mexico City, Mexico. This lesson covers week 1 of the Coursera course Introduction to Music Production. I have chosen to present the type and usage of important studio cables. I hope you find it interesting. There's a huge number of cables and connectors. High quality cables and connectors. First gonna talk about a 1/4-inch TS cable, which is also known as an instrument cable. It's got a 1/4-inch jack with 2 segments, a tip and a sleeve. It's a single conductor cable. The outer sleeve is there to prevent noise from getting into the cable. You should try to use the shortest cable possible since it is really susceptible to noise. This is the kind of cable that goes from a guitar into a preamp, just the kind of cable used to connect many pieces of gear. The second cable I'm talking about is the 1/4-inch TRS cable. It's a 2-conductor cable with a shield. It's got a tip, a ring, and a sleeve. It can be used in 2 different ways in a studio. The first is to connect headphones. It's a kind of mix of 2 1/4-inch TS cables in the same package. 2 single-conductor cables with a shield around it. In that instance, it could be a stereo cable transmitting 2 separate signals, but it's still susceptible of picking up noise. The second way is that it can also be used in a balanced configuration, in which you really can send a single signal cross-set, but in a way that it can cancel noise from coming into the cable. The third cable I'm talking about is the XLR cable, which is a standard mic cable. It has 3 connectors, like the TRS cable, but they are designed for microphones. These cables are only used in balanced configuration. When having a long cable run, it's better to use an XLR or just a balanced cable because it will reject noise. When you need to convert from an unbalanced TS or TRS cable to a balanced XLR cable, the direct box is the device that allows us to go from unbalanced to balanced cable. It's a really useful device to connect guitars or bass guitars to plug into the DAW. Another feature that a direct box has is a parallel output, which works for connecting a 1/4-inch TS cable in the input and a 1/4-inch TRS cable in the secondary output that can go to an amplifier as a monitor, and then the XLR output that goes into the DAW. Other cables we can find are the 8-inch cable used primarily for headphones, same thing as the TRS cable, uses a stereo configuration but it's smaller. Then we also have the RC cable. They are designed for video, but they function just like the 1/4-inch cable or a TS cable. They have a single conductor and a shield around them. When connecting one of those RCA cables to home devices like a CD player to a Pro Gear, you must take into account the +4 -10 difference because very often the things connect with RCA are assuming a -10 line level, but the Pro Gear will have that +4. So you have to be careful about that switch. There's adapters that go from RCA to 1/4-inch, which can be useful when there's something you may want to have access to into your studio setup. There are a variety of other cables you're going to find in a home studio, things like MIDI cables, Toslink cables, SPDF cables, but the ones that turn out really useful are the first ones I have already talked to you about.